Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another video. What we're going to do today is we'll be looking at our 2025 to 2026 Kansas State Wildcats football team. This is a team that they were the Vegas favorites to win the Big 12 last season. They kind of underperformed, started out the season, they got 6-0, kind of fell off the track second half, still finished the season overall with a 9-4 record. But again this season, Vegas is putting high hopes on this team. They are still the Big 12 frontrunners leading into this 2025 season. We're going to go game by game. We're going to look at their entire schedule, try to predict the outcome for every single one of their games. Look at the pieces they added for this season. Look at some of the pieces they added from last season. Where does Kansas State fall, and will they be able to this year live up to the expectations, win the Big 12, and find themselves in the final 12 at the end of the season, find themselves in the playoffs? First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop your comments down below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What are your thoughts on these games and on the Kansas State Wildcats for this upcoming season? Make sure to drop it below, and I will respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below. Click on that link. You can sign up there. And guys, I will respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate that. We go over every game, every day. Once the regular season starts, we're going to cover every game for every single team this season, both for college football and for the NFL as well. We do predictions. We do best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-under. So if you're a sports fan, if you're a football fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. So Kansas State, obviously, like I just mentioned, Kansas State had massive expectations last season. This is a team that's been really good for the last couple years. This is a team that is a well-coached team. Obviously, they always overachieve. Chris Klieman, he gets the most out of his players. He exceeds expectations. He'll have 3-4 stars. He gets these teams to compete for conference championships. He knows how to develop the players that are on his team, and still returning at the quarterback position. Now, the experienced Avery Johnson, the highest recruited player out of high school in Kansas State history. He's back. A lot of teams tried to make a run at him. He would not budge. He's a multiple dual-threat quarterback. He can throw, for 3,000 to 3,200 yards. He can run for 700 to 1,000 yards. He can change the outcome, the outlook of this offense single-handedly. Yes, his star running back has gone off to the NFL, but still they're going to be deep at the running back position. They have Dylan Edwards Jr., they have Joe Jackson at the wide receiver position, and they have some guys coming back, but they also added some pieces. There'll be Tibbs, Bradley, Brown, Lockett, Medford, Spradley, Demps. There's going to be a lot of weapons there, and this is the type of offensive scheme, obviously, that is a multiple offense. They are not afraid to change things. They will adapt the scheme to the strengths of the players on the roster, and that's really all that you can ask for. Kansas State's last year, their defense was kind of up and down. They were kind of Jekyll and Hyde at times. They'd have a good game, and they'd have a bad game. Where they want to establish this game is on the front seven and at the line of scrimmage. They want to be a trench warfare type game. They want to be able to compete with you with the big bodies. Yes, they don't have the bodies of, let's say, an SEC power program, but still, their bodies are big enough to own the line of scrimmage in the Big 12. And that's really all that you can ask right now, is make sure that you make your conference game. And obviously, Kansas State has a real shot to win that. Vegas right now, 9 wins. That's what Vegas expects. That's the expectation they have to live up to. Looking at the schedule up there, you'll see that we have the entire 2025 schedule, the Blue Stars. That's the game that, as of right now, Vegas predicts Kansas State's going to win. The Red Stars is the games that Vegas predicts they're going to lose. And the Yellow Stars is the games that Vegas thinks are just too close and they're going to be toss-ups right now. A lot of teams breaking in, a lot of new players, so we don't know what to fully expect from them yet. We want to first see them on the field, see how the team has adapted as a whole, if they are working together, and then we'll be able to make a closer judgment call. And I'm not saying they're going to win or lose these games. It's what are the Vegas preseason predictions. Let's not waste any more time. Let's start looking at this schedule game by game. And actually, right out of the gate, it gets pretty tough here. Saturday, August 23rd versus Iowa State. Not in Iowa, not in Kansas. This game is going to be in Dublin, Ireland. This is our Week 0 game. Guys, this is going to be a top 25 on top 25 matchup. Don't forget, Iowa State, very good team. They won 10 games last year. They made the Big 12 championship. Yes, they lost a shootout game, but this is a Matt Campbell coach team. They're going to be disciplined. They're going to be physical at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a punch back and forth type matchup. This game is going to go down to the wire. To me, this is going to be a very close matchup. It will be decided in the fourth quarter. Most likely the second half, the end of the fourth quarter, could go down to the final possession. Both of these teams want to own the line of scrimmage. Both want to establish the run game. Both want to open up play action. It's a great coach off here. Klieman versus Matt Campbell. Either one of these guys, great coaches, that they get the most out of the people they have on the roster. But still, if you force me to pick a team right now, I do see Iowa State being the Vegas favorite to start this game, and I do think that they'll win the close battle. Right after the gate, these teams are rusty, coming right from the offseason to an in-conference tough ranked matchup. And yes, this used to be a pretty decent FCS team. We're going to have Saturday, August 30th, which is actually technically week 1 versus North Dakota here. This is an FCS school. Kansas State should be able to dominate this game. They should be heavy favorites. Would not be surprised if it's close, maybe first quarter, maybe the first half of the second quarter, but then they're going to pull away and they're going to win this game by multiple scores. They'll be easy Vegas favorites. And then the next week is actually a tougher matchup. Don't underestimate it. Saturday, September 6th versus Army. You have to take Army serious, but Army here coming to play at Kansas State. Army went 12-2 last season. Some people might scoff at their schedule, but this is a team finished the regular season ranked. They led the nation in time of possession. They run the triple option. They're going to run the ball a lot, and they're going to run it down your throat. They're going to run 60 to 70 times a game. They're going to own that time of possession, keeping the ball out of Avery Johnson's hands, playing ball control. Even if you stop them, they're going to suck up clock. They're going to own that time of possession for that game. Kansas is going to win it, but I think it's going to be one of those games that might be tied at halftime, but Army just won't have the depth physicality-wise to match up with them over 4 quarters, and Kansas State will win it by at least 2 scores, and they'll be the Vegas favorite. And this is another team that came over to the Big 12 last season. Not the best first season in the conference. Saturday, September 13th. At Arizona. McMillan's gone. Their offense was not the offense that it was in 2023. They were sputtering the entire season. Defense had a lot of holes. Yes, they had to flip the roster. They will be an improved team technically, but there's a lot of building that they have to do. Kansas State should be able to own this game. They should win this game handily, and they'll also be the Vegas favorite here as well. A lot of conference games to start the year. Then after that, Saturday, September 27th versus UCF. The Knights here coming all the way to Kansas State. This is an interesting game. Obviously, Scott Frost returning back to UCF. Sometimes the retread never quite works the way it did the first time. Sometimes it's best not to bring someone back that had success there previously. It was a while ago, but we know Scott Frost had a lot of success there, went undefeated during the regular season. They claim to be national champions from back when he went undefeated at UCF, but he's back. He's having to completely flip the roster, completely retool, and we know he wants to run an up-tempo spread scheme, but he has to completely build this roster in his own image. It's going to take a while. Will not be done in 1 year. Their star running back, he's gone. He has to replace a lot of those skill position talent here. UCF, they might score some points. He is an offensive guru. He's one of the better offensive minds in college football recently, but Kansas State, they're going to have too much talent. They're going to be able to win this game, and they're the veteran experience team this season in the Big 12. And this is a team you actually have to really keep your eye on. Saturday, October 4th at Baylor. Baylor's getting a lot of underdog love. Obviously, Dave Aranda on the hot season last year. They went 8 or 9 games last season. They were even ranked at one point. They were a competitive team. They were playing a lot better defensively. They were actually moving the ball on offense. They haven't moved the ball since the Art Briles days. Props to Dave Aranda for getting himself off of that hot seat. I thought for sure, honestly, that he was getting fired last season. He proved all the doubters wrong. But now that he had a good season, now there's expectations coming into this year for once. Now there's certain achievements, certain Vegas things he has to hit. He has to get some wins now. People are expecting it. If he doesn't, he might find himself back on the hot seat this year. He might find himself fired, but as long as he lives up to those expectations, good things are sure to come his way as long as he lives up to the expectations here out in Waco, Texas. This game is going to be at Baylor. It's going to be a competitive game. This is one of those games you have to circle it. It has upset potential written all over it, but I do think that Kansas State is going to pull out a close one here, and they will also be the preseason Vegas favorite to win this one. Now, after a very, very difficult early in-conference schedule, you have TCU here Saturday, October 11th. TCU, one of the best offenses in the nation last season. Yes, their defense leaves a whole lot to be desired, but they're returning a lot of skill position players. They're returning their star quarterback. You have one of the better offensive minds in college football coaching at the helm. He's going to run the air raid. They're going to spread the ball out. They're going to put their players in space. They're going to dink and dunk you to death. They're going to play time of possession with the air raid. It is like the run game. It's just very small dink and dunk passes, but they lull you to sleep because they will vertically push the ball down the field. But Kansas State will be able to move the ball here. They will be able to score at will, but TCU can probably match them blow for blow. TCU always finds himself, 35 to 40 points per game every single season. Coming off of that close Baylor game, if you win that Baylor game, I see an upset on the horizon. It's just the way things go. A lot of physical in-conference games. You get a little tired here. I have this game marked as a toss-up. Kansas State fans, I'm not saying Kansas State is losing it. I'm saying it is a toss-up. I want to see both of these teams on the field first before I make a complete decision. Kansas State can easily win this one, but I also think TCU is more than capable of pulling off the upset. I'm not saying TCU is better than Kansas State, but you're catching them off some really competitive in-conference games that are going to go down to the fourth quarter. You are bound to drop one of those at some point. So I have this marked as a toss-up. It's a 50-50, could go either way. And then why not an in-state rivalry game Saturday, October 25th at Kansas. Last year's game, very close game, but Kansas State completely pulled away. Won that one, what was it, like 29-27? It was a very close game, but Kansas State was able to separate themselves. Kansas, they're going to be better than they were last season. Kansas did not live up to the lofty expectations. Some people had them winning the Big 12 last season, and they went like 5-7, but they had a lot of momentum at the end of the year, went on a crazy run there. Can they carry that momentum into this season? Jalen Daniels is back. Their entire coaching staff is back, so you know this is going to be a veteran, experienced team. They're going to be competitive here. This game is going to be on the road. You have to expect that. It's a rivalry game. Throw the records out the window. Anything can happen. Crazy things can happen in in-state rivalries. But I'm going to go with Kansas State winning this game, and I feel very confident that they will be the Vegas frontrunner in this game as well. And then we have a big one. This is a massive game here. Saturday, November 1st versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech and Kansas State are both the preseason frontrunners to win the Big 12. Usually the country split down the middle on which team people think is actually going to win this conference. So this could be a precursor to the actual Big 12 championship. We could see these teams meet again. Texas Tech, the number one transfer portal class, not in the Big 12, number one transfer portal class in the entire nation. McGuire back as the head coach. This offense is going to be good. This defense is going to be much improved over last season, bringing a lot of skill position players. Morton's back, veteran, experienced team. This game is going to be a shootout. This game, to me, is going to go down to the fourth quarter. It will go down to that final possession. It could be a missed field goal that decides this game. That's how close it's going to be. Either one of these teams can win it. If you force me to pick a team right now, today, I'm going to go with Texas Tech winning this game. I do think that they'll be the Vegas preseason frontrunner to win this. Kansas State fans, don't hate me for that. You can beat them even if you lose this game. If you find yourself in the Big 12 championship game again playing Texas Tech, whoever wins the game one is probably going to lose game two. So you're still set up perfectly to win the Big 12 here. And then we'll have Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State Saturday, November 15th. The Cowboys here, Mike Gundy, one of the longest tenured coaches in college football actively right now. They had Ollie Gordon last year. What a major disappointment they were. They could not get him going, could not get the ground game going, couldn't get the defense working. They were supposed to have a top 10 offensive line. It was atrocious. There was guys getting sacked. There was tackles for a loss. Not a good showing. Whenever Mike Gundy lays an egg, the very next season, he always has a rebound year. So he's due to have a rebound year here. The guy knows how to coach. Some people don't like him. I don't know why. He's a very likable guy, a little quirky, but he's a good coach. He does really good with 3- and 4-star players, gets a lot out of his players. A lot of underappreciated coaches here. But no matter what, I think Kansas State should be the easy favorite in this game, and this is one that they're going to win, and this is one that Vegas is going to have them winning, and I think they're going to win it pretty handily by the second half. And the second to last game of the regular season, November 22nd at the Utah Utes. This is actually a very tough place to play. Salt Lake City, Utah at home. The fans are rabid. It's going to be red all over the stadium. They're going to be loud. This could potentially be a night game. It's going to be one of the more fun matchups of the season here. Utah is always very difficult to beat at Utah. Kyle Whittingham, talented coach here. They're going to be built at the line of scrimmage. They're going to have a good front seven. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to play special teams. They're going to play defense. They're going to come at you here, but they're also replacing a lot of pieces, but they are out from the ball and chain of Cam Rising. He's not going to be the starting quarterback for once. They're going to have someone else starting the season, someone that they know can actually potentially stay healthy the entire year. Utah is always one of those teams you have to keep your eye on. They're always poised for an upset here too, especially if Kansas State gets caught looking towards a Big 12 championship, towards the playoffs. They might come into this game not taking it fully serious. They might get upset. That's why I have this game marked down as an underdog. I'm not saying Kansas State is going to lose it. If you force me to pick a team, I'm going to pick Kansas State to win this game. But right now, not knowing all the variables with Utah, I mark it as a toss-up. It's one of those games to keep your eye on, and it has potential upset alert written all over it as of right now. And the final game of the regular season, this was a really good matchup last season. It could potentially be a good matchup now. Saturday, November 29th. It's thankfully going to be at home for Kansas State. They're going to be hosting the Colorado Buffalo Deion Sanders team. But gone are some of the big names. Sheddur Sanders is gone. Travis Hunter's gone. They're still going to have a talented wide receiver core. They have a 5-star quarterback coming in. Will he be the starter? We'll have to wait to see. But no matter what, if he is the starter, he's a true freshman here in this scheme. It's going to be a lot to ask him to come to Kansas State and beat them at home first season as a true starter, as a true freshman, not even a redshirt freshman, a true freshman on the road at Kansas State. That's a very tall task to ask there. I do think Kansas State is going to be the favorite here, but no matter what, we're going to see what Colorado's made of without Sheddur Sanders, without Travis Hunter. They've had time to adapt to their game plan, get really comfortable in their scheme, so either they'll be riding hot here, or they're going to have a down year and they might be spiraling down. But no matter what, it's going to be a really fun matchup to watch. This game's been really good the last 2 seasons. They split it, and this is going to be a deciding factor. A very big team, a very big game for both teams to walk away with the win. And Kansas State potentially, if they win this game, could be solidifying their shot to make the Big 12 championship. So that's the full regular season there. If you're counting all the stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue stars. So Vegas has them between 9 and 9.5 wins. I have 9 games that they are for sure going to win. I'm not saying that's the most they're going to win. That's the floor right now. The games that they are the Vegas. We have 2 toss-ups. They could sweep the toss-up. I only have 1 loss. That's first Texas Tech. If they sweep the toss-ups, they finish the regular season 11-1. They're for sure making the Big 12 championship then. If they split it, then they'd be 10-2. They're probably still making the Big 12 championship. If they lose them both and lose Texas Tech, they are 9-3, still have an outside shot to make the Big 12 championship. No matter what, 9 wins as your floor is pretty good, because more than likely you're going to win more than that, and you're at least going to get to 10-2 and get an upset get an upset win out of those 3 games, either the 2 toss-ups or the red loss. Guys, that's our predictions for the 25-26 Kansas State Wildcats football team. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below, and I will make sure to respond to every single one of them. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to click on the pinned comment down below. Sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. And, of course, thank you for watching.